Well, I'm Andi Curtis. I graduated from at the time it was TCD, Textiles, Clothing and Design Department, with a master's in textile science in 1997. I got a job at Cabela's right out of college. My current position in the industry is called a Tariff Classification Manager. What I actually do is classify products to the U.S. harmonized tariff for import into the U.S. I have been in this current position for almost 4 years, but I've been with Cabela's for 19. One of my most valuable experiences was getting to work with the Textile Testing Lab. I had classes, and at the time, UNL commercialized textile testing, and several retailers took advantage of that. And so I was able to really get a feel for fabric performance standards, including fading, sun protection, shrinkage, and the various strength tests. So that was really valuable, and it helped me decide where my career started in quality assurance, and that knowledge has still influenced my career to this day. The other thing that was most valuable to me was learning about care labeling and garment labeling guidelines from the Federal Trade Commission. To this day, I am about the only person in my company who's really an expert on that. So it's, again, very valuable knowledge. That's a tough one because it is changing. It's hard to gauge what the future is going to look like. But really, one of the biggest things is proficiency in Excel and spreadsheets, because that translates throughout business, but it's a very key program that all of the apparel industry uses to do various reportings, metrics, things like that. Also, communicating well, ability to I think as we get more advanced in social media, I think people are losing the written communication skills that were previously important. So I think students should still try to cultivate that skill as well. And spoken communication too, being able to get up in front of a group of people and talk about what you know. If you're comfortable with the subject matter, it really is not that difficult. Just how many different positions exist in the apparel industry. There are so many supporting roles. It's not just about design and merchandising. There's people who do sourcing. There's people who deal with inventory and planning. And we even have a group that deals with calendar management to make sure that the POs are written on time, to keep track of lead times. You have to be able to understand what factories' capacities are and how that works for your product. And then my current role in the import and harmonized tariff aspect, everything that we make in a different country has to have a harmonized tariff assigned to it to be imported in the U.S. And I've taken my knowledge of the product development process and am able to translate that into tools for the current product development group to help them achieve lower duty rates whenever possible. So I really wish I had known about some of these different aspects when I was still a student, because then I maybe could have, not that any of my choices were bad, but I could have maybe made some different choices and been more, taken more charge of my own career. And that leads me to another point, that students you have to be your own advocate. I really kind of waited for years for someone to take me under their wing and really help me advance, but that might not happen. I mean, some people do get lucky and that happens, but it might not happen for everyone. So you have to be an advocate for yourself.